Hi. So I did an intro for this video earlier this morning, and looking back on it, I was just not vibing. I was really tired and quite quiet and not nearly as excited as I am now. So this is me of the future. This is the intro. So this video is going to be about me camping. It's my first solo camping trip. It feels super empowering to do that. I've never solo camped before. I'm really not even that experienced of a camper, to be honest with you, like with people. But yeah, so basically the start of this video is me taking you along on my journey to get to where I am now, which is a 5-hour drive from where I'm from. And I'll tell you some stories, set up camp. Right after I do this intro, I'm gonna go cook some dinner, which you'll also see. But anyways, me of the future, here's a sneak peek. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for watching. And I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. This is kind of like a dream come true for me. It hasn't really come true yet, but it's happening and I'm working hard to do it. And so I'd appreciate your support. And once you're done watching this video, if you liked what I said, if anything I did or said resonated with you and you want to see more of this, I plan on doing lots more of this. So please like, subscribe, come back for more. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. All right, I'm gonna go cook dinner now. I'm starving. I am sitting in a gas station parking lot in Genesee, Colorado, and I'm getting ready to go on my very first solo camping trip. So far, I know that I have packed too much and I have too much food, and there's no room in this car for anyone but me. But yeah, I filled up and gas was ridiculous. If we didn't know, but like in town it's ridiculous, and if you're up in the mountains like I am right now, it is awful. I picked the great summer to go on a lot of road trips. All right, we've got about 200 miles to go. It's almost noon, and I would also like to stop and get some lunch here, hopefully up in Carbondale, which is a couple hours away, I think. So anyways, let's get going. Stopped in Dillon to eat some lunch, and I need to do some work on my computer, so. I'm done doing work at Einstein Bros, and I'm hitting the road again. It's like almost 2 o'clock, and I still have like 3 more hours to go, so I'm way later than I wanted to be, but I'll get there eventually, and hopefully the spot that I'm wanting is available. I got a coffee for the road too because I'm like dragging. I'm super tired for some reason. Maybe it's the elevation, I don't know. Weird. The coffee is bringing life back to me. I was dying. I was like about ready to fall asleep. Oh my gosh. It just hit me that I'm going to my favorite spot in all of Colorado. And I haven't been here in 2 years. It's so awesome. I'm so excited. I really hope that the spot that I want is available. It's gonna be really special to be there, so. I'm going! So I'm like hauling butt to get to my campsite. I am, don't tell the cops, going way over the speed limit. And I'm gonna miss that when I get the trailer. Because right now I can like get around just about anywhere with my car, and it's super convenient and pretty stealthy, and that's really nice. But then once I get the 4Runner and the trailer, I'm not gonna be able to be nearly as stealthy, and I'm not gonna be able to go nearly as fast at all. And the gas mileage is gonna be killer. because like right now with my RAV4 it gets great gas mileage. Like I get about 32, which I know is insane, but it's true. And I imagine with the 4Runner with the trailer on it, it's gonna be like 10 or less. I don't even know. It's not gonna be good. So yeah, I don't know. A moment of appreciation for my RAV4 because this is her last road trip with me, unfortunately. And that's the whole reason I wanted to do this, was one last road trip in the RAV4. So I love you, RAV4. Her name's Ravioli, by the way. She's amazing. Highly recommend Ravioli for a car camping car. This has got to be one of the prettiest drives in the world. I'm in Glenwood Canyon right now. So I've been on I-70 pretty much this whole time. It never disappoints. I remember when we took this trip 2 years ago and we were making jokes like we should have a counter saying how many times we've said wow, because driving through here, it's just like, I don't know if I've ever driven somewhere that's as beautiful as the drive on I-70, minus the traffic, which I have experienced a lot of. But Mother Nature, man. Like, even you can see the drive behind me. It's like, it's so pretty everywhere. It's beautiful. Being back here is just bringing back so many memories. Like, you know when you travel and there's a part of you that knows that you'll probably never be in that same place ever again in your life. And it really teaches you to savor where you are and really savor each moment, because you might not get that moment again. And really, we should all savor moments like that every day of our lives, but travel really brings that out. And, you know, like I said, I haven't been here in 2 years, and so I feel really lucky to be able to come back here and have a place that I feel is worth coming back to twice, and it's probably not going to be my last time either. When we found this place, it was by accident. It wasn't on purpose. We had no idea this place even existed. And shortly up here, there's going to be a sign that says, you know, this town is this many miles away. And I'd never heard of the town before. And I remember pointing it out and saying, oh, that's peony. I wonder if that's peony in Spanish, because the town is Peonia. Peonies are my favorite flower. I just made a comment on it. We weren't planning on stopping in that town. We didn't know where we were gonna stop. And so I just remember commenting on the sign, and then shortly after, when we start arriving in Peonia, we fall in love with it and we end up stopping there, and that's where we find our favorite spot, and it quickly becomes my favorite part of Colorado, my favorite town in all of Colorado. And it's kind of one of those like you have to be there moments. Like if I tell you to go to this place, you may not love it as much as I do, but I love it because of how I got there and because of the experience that I had there. And it's always going to be a very like sacred place to me, I think. So, and I feel really lucky to be able to go back there. And if I can see the sign, I'll try and record it. It looks like it's raining a lot over there though, so we will see. So for those who speak Spanish, you're probably saying, no, Katie, that's not peony in Spanish. But I did the research on it on our last trip, and I might be botching this story, but the gist of it is that there was a limit to the amount of letters that they could have in their city name when they founded the town, and they wanted it to be peony in Spanish, but it was too many letters, and so they changed it to Peonia, the way that it's spelled. So, fun fact for you. And I might have botched that story entirely. Most of you won't know any better. If you do, tell me.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day.
So this part of Colorado is so green. Not like, you know, pine tree green. It's so wet. Like last time we were here, it was June and we woke up to a snowstorm. It was just muddy and wet everywhere. And then now here I am again 2 years later in June. It's raining. and hopefully washing off the windshield so that you guys can see out of the GoPro better, hopefully. It's so beautiful because it's so different from other parts of Colorado that are so dry. There's still a fire ban here, so I can't have a campfire tonight, which you would think there wouldn't be a fire ban because it is so like green and lush here. But yeah, so I don't know, it's a very beautiful place, and it's a very different terrain than a lot of Colorado, and I think that's awesome, and maybe partially why I fell in love with it. It also, coming up here soon, we started to say that it kind of feels like Italy. Both of us had been to Italy, and like driving around the windy roads and the, you know, houses on the side of the cliff, it really had like Italy vibes. And then as we get closer into the town, we realized that this is like wine country Colorado. I had no idea that Colorado had a wine country. But it makes sense because stuff clearly grows here because it's so green and lush. It's such a unique area, and no one ever talks about this area, and so shh. It's a secret. Oh, I wanted to get out of the car, stretch my legs a little bit. It's actually quite cold. It's like 65 degrees. So you're probably wondering what these are. They are the Redstone coke ovens. This is where miners turned coal into coke, and I know what you're thinking, and it's not that kind of coke. It's pure carbon. So this whole area of Colorado is very like mining heavy. So yeah, pretty cool. There's also these ones over here that aren't quite as round. Oh, it's raining again, but I had to pull over and show you guys how freaking beautiful this area is. Like, are you kidding me? Ugh, blows my mind every single time. It feels like this is the first time I've been here, but it's not, and it's just like every time.
The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time.
So it's pouring. Let's hope that it's not pouring when I get to my campsite. But it's not looking good. Which is ironic because the last time we got to this campsite, it was snowing, so why do I like this spot so much? It's pouring so much. Yep, this is gonna be a fun night, everyone.
Just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright.
Alright, I just exited off of the main road and I'm going off of the little road. Still got about 5.5 miles or so before the campsite, which is about 20 minutes still, even though it feels like I'm really close. The closest I've been all day. I'm so excited. I really, really, really hope it's open. Otherwise, I kind of have a plan B, but this is my least favorite part about camping because of all the first come, first serve, and like you don't know where you're gonna sleep that night, and that stresses me out. So cross your fingers for me. All right, I've officially entered the campground. The site I want is at the very, very end of the road. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. I'm so excited to be here. Woo! All right, so that looks like one open spot, I think. So I got that going for me. And oh, there's some campers here. Good, good. If a bear gets me, they can at least hear me scream. Okay. I'm almost here. Is it open? It's open. Wow, it's changed a lot though. You guys, I made it. I found it. It's open. It's mine. Oh my God, look at this view. Still raining, fun fact. I love it. It's such a secret spot because you think the campground ends farther down the road, but it doesn't, because then you come down here, there's a secret spot right next to the toilet. No one knows it's there. That's the toilet. That's how far away from the toilet is. Incredible. It's the best spot ever. All right, I'm gonna start setting up camp. Trying to set up my moonshade so that when it starts raining again, because it will, that I can cook outside, because I have no way of cooking inside, so. Okay. Not gonna lie, it's a little spooky to be out here by myself. I'm doing the best I can. Just opened my door. My pillow, my freshly cleaned pillowcase, fell out into the mud. Bummer. Next up, 2 camping chairs, because ladies, you know. All right, I think I've been doing a splendid job by myself so far. The next test is one I'm not looking forward to. Bugs. All right, I'm gonna do it. Not only do I have to lift it out right now, I have to get it back in the car later, because you have to have all your food in your vehicle overnight because of bears. It's heavy on its own, and then with ice and food in it, it is so heavy. This is the only thing that I am not gonna miss about car camping. Everything else I can do. This beast, that's as far as it's going. I'm getting super hungry. I'm trying to figure out what I want to make for dinner. I have like a bunch of stuff, but I didn't really plan meals. I just got a bunch of like my favorite stuff. Probably not the best idea, but we'll see what I can come up with. So this is a twin size folding mattress, and it fits in the back of here perfectly and pretty comfortably sleeps 2 people if you need it to. You do have to push both of the front seats up, so you're kind of losing some space there to store stuff overnight, but okay, I lied. It's not quite perfectly. It does stick out just a smidge too much so that it doesn't really latch. And I kind of forgot that you need 2 people for that. So figure it out. As I thought. So what I'm gonna have to do is scrunch it up in the top and then shut it when I'm ready for bed, and then get in the side door. Figure it out. So normally, previous times, I brought sheets and blankets. It was very cozy. And now, I don't know if it's because it's just me or what, but I don't really care. So I brought this blanket to cover up the mattress to protect it from getting dirty, but then I just brought my sleeping bag and a my sleeping bag, and a like throw to wrap around me if I'm outside and it's cold. Pretty cute. So I made a rookie mistake last time and we went to bed with all the windows shut. You would think there'd be enough oxygen in a car for 2 people overnight and that wouldn't be a big deal. And the reason I wanted them shut was because it was snowing. But I woke up in the middle of the night. God, it's beautiful here. I'll show you that view in a minute. But anyways, I woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't breathe. I was like really low on oxygen. So I had to open up the door and let more oxygen in. But now I know, always crack the windows no matter how cold it is. So I'll do that before I forget. I think it's about time to get cooking. I'm gonna go make sure I have my lantern and headlamp out so that I can find that in the dark. But pretty close to being ready to settle down a little bit, which is exciting. I'm gonna go take a little walk and take a look at how beautiful it is over here. Ugh. Look at how pretty this is here. So like I said, there's a trailhead right over there. So there's a bathroom right there. And then right over here is my campsite. Oh, it's like so private and I love it. These purple potatoes are gonna stain my cutting board immediately. It'll never be the same. If you came for a cooking channel, you're on the wrong channel. I am vegetarian, so I kind of know how to cook, but not really. Anyone else love the smell of onions? I like love onions. Oof. I got a cut underneath my fingernail and the onion is stinging. All right, so I guess we'll start talking. After all this long, you're probably wondering, who's the we I keep talking about? And some of you may have guessed, it's an ex-boyfriend. He is who taught me that I enjoy camping, because previously I was very against it. He taught me to love it. And when you go through a breakup, at first it stings and you don't want to go through all of the memories. You don't want to go back to places that you went together. And so for a long time, I did not want to go camping and I did not want to go back to the places that we had been to together. And this was 2 years ago. I mean, I guess we came here 2 years ago, but we broke up about a year ago. And he's also who I was gonna renovate the trailer with and go on long road trips with. So yeah, when the breakup happens, your whole life just like changes. And maybe that's good and maybe that's bad. And I don't know. Where I'm at now and why I'm wanting to do what I'm doing and do so much solo travel. I mean, I've always done solo travel, but specifically like solo camping. That now I'm coming from a place of like gratitude where I'm really just appreciative of that chapter that I had with him because he taught me how to love so many things that I love now. And so for the longest time I didn't want to come back to this campsite because this trip is the trip that we made our relationship official. And this campsite is the very first campsite that we stayed at together. So now it feels like this is a very sacred place instead of a place of pain. And I also know that he has come back to this campsite solo since we broke up. And him and I are in a very good place right now. I don't know if I would say we're friends, but we are friendly and respectful. And so if we see each other, it's all smiles and high fives and we're all good. And I don't know, maybe he's watching this video. But yeah, so I realized, I guess, after the breakup that I shouldn't have to give up doing the things that I enjoy or doing the things that I enjoy doing with him just because I'm not with him or because I'm not with a guy, because I can do all this stuff on my own. And I think women are so commonly talked down to that, like, we can't do this stuff. We're not strong enough to do this stuff. We're not brave enough to do this stuff. It's not safe enough to do this stuff. And if I had $1 for every time someone asked me if I was bringing a dog or a gun, I'd be rich. I could quit my job. That's why I'm doing this stuff. To A, write my story in being a solo female traveler, a solo camper, a female that does stuff by herself. A, I want to write my own story, but B, I want to inspire other women to go write their stories and it doesn't have to include a man. I'm not saying that you shouldn't have a man in your life. I'm not, definitely not like anti-man. I don't know. I just feel really empowered to like do this stuff, and the feedback I've been getting from women that, you know, hear what I'm doing, they're like, especially older women, they're like, wow, you're doing what I should have done so many years ago. And I don't know, long story short, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And this place is really special. I thought that this place was the best place to tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing, because it has the backstory that it has, and that backstory is what brought me to where I am today. So, okay. My legs were getting tired, I need to sit down. So yeah, so far, I think I'm crushing it. I'm super happy to be here. The longer that I'm here prepping the campsite, the less scary it is. I've been prepping myself for like months to do this. I've been telling myself for months that I was gonna do this. I'm really glad that I finally did. Tonight is gonna be interesting when it's dark and I'm alone and there's noises. It's gonna get real, but I'll be okay. People do this all the time. Women do this all the time. There's a lot of women solo campers out there. The benefits of going by yourself is that you can really do whatever you want. You can have whatever you want. You can pack whatever you want. You can cook whatever you want. You can drink whatever you want. I brought an outdoor rug. No one can tell me that's unnecessary. But yeah, I also don't want you to think that like this video is all about him either, because it's not, for sure. It's definitely about me. I gotta tell the story somehow, and he's a big part of it, so. Anyways, in this video, because I'm going back to a campsite that we went on together because it's a very special trip, I do mention him a lot, but in following videos, I probably won't mention him too much because I'll be making my own memories. The next place that I'm going to tomorrow is a place that I've never been to before. Well, maybe I was there when I was a kid, but I don't remember it. And I got a campsite recommendation from a friend last night, so I'm gonna try and head to that spot tomorrow, and that's in a different state. Is any camping trip complete without camping beers? I don't drink anymore. I do have a non-alcoholic IPA, which is really tasty. Tastes just like an IPA, but there's still, I'm not gonna lie, part of me that says I'm camping. I should have a beer right now. It's the closest thing I'm gonna do, but you understand. Okay, back to cooking. This is never something I did. I'm the one who set up camp. I'm the one who got everything ready. I got the bed ready. He's the one who cooked. It was a good team effort. We made it work. But I'm on my own. And I chose this, and I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna figure it out. Okay, now what do I wanna make? That's the issue. So I think what I'm feeling is like a curry, like a vegetable curry thing. So I think that's what I'm gonna go for. We'll see. All right, so I've got this super cool cutting board that I saw Jonathan Yench using. If you guys follow, or you don't follow him, you should. Immediately when I saw it in his video, I ordered it because it's perfect. So it's a box that turns into a cutting board. It has a knife inside that's magnetized. Huh, so cool. All right, and then you flip it upside down like that, and that's your cutting board with a sharp knife to cut things with. Brilliant. All right, so I'm gonna do like a vegetable curry, like I said. I've got rice, I've got curry sauce, and I've got some veggies. This is a lot of food. And I don't have a way to like store leftovers. I might be hungry enough to eat it all though, to be honest. We'll see. The settings on this thing are like high and extra high. There's no like low simmer. It's just like boom. There she is. What a view. Yeah, and it smells delicious. It's really, really good. I was so hungry. I'm gonna go back for some more. It's really, really good actually. I'm quite impressed with myself. So I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I brought some breakfast food that I'm probably gonna cook in the morning. Make some coffee. Then do I wanna try going on a hike? There is the trailhead right there. But we did not do that last time. So I could go explore down there a little bit. Also, I have a 4.5-hour drive to my next destination tomorrow. And when that's a 4.5-hour drive, that's really more like 6.5-hour drive with stops and stuff, so. And filming. Filming takes a long time. There's a lot of extra gear that goes along with it. And I'm constantly like looking for stuff to film and like pulling over or pulling my phone out while driving or whatever. There's a lot. Which reminds me, I have to charge all my stuff tonight with my Jackery. I'm excited for this video to come out though. It's definitely going to be a little more interesting than my last two, so. Making videos is hard. I watch a lot of YouTubers and I pay attention to what they're doing. But when you're actually out like living life, it's quite hard. So respect to all those YouTubers that are crushing it because it's not easy. The bugs are way worse than I remember. They're everywhere. Mosquitoes don't normally like me, but I'm kind of getting bit up. I even have bug spray on. All right, it's almost 8 p.m. Sun's still out, but it will be setting soon. So I started packing stuff up so I don't have to do that in the dark. Gotta put the damn cooler back in the car. Normally, when it was the two of us, we would put the cooler in the front passenger seat, and it was really hard to squeeze it in there, but he was strong and he did it. I'm not gonna do that. And I also have only one person in here, so I'm gonna put it in the spot where he was. That way it'll be a little bit easier to get in there. You have to pack up your cooler, you have to pack up any sort of food items or anything that has a smell to it, just in case there's bears. We didn't see any bears last time. I did see a fox. A fox greeted me when I got out of the car in the morning. I'm gonna start getting ready for bed. It's in. Oh my God. It's too much. I don't even know how much it weighs, but it's too much. Okay, so this is how we used to have to do it. One of us would be on the inside holding the mattress up. One of us would be on the outside closing the door. So I'm gonna try it. We'll see. I did it. Your girl's getting tired. These are all my camping tubs. None of this stuff is like food stuff, so it can stay out. I am gonna cover it with a tarp though, so that if it rains, it doesn't all get soaked. Just hooked up my Jackery to charge my GoPro and my laptop. I'm gonna go to the bathroom one more time before it gets dark because I really don't want to go to the bathroom in the dark. Yeah, it's really peaceful being the only one here. Like there's other campers down at the beginning of the campground, but like I said, no one knows about this spot, so it's just me. Pro tip. These overhead lights in your car. If you're car camping, turn them off so they don't automatically come on when your doors are open. Otherwise it's gonna be on the whole time and you're not gonna know it and you're gonna wake up in the morning with a dead battery. I'm about as ready as I can be for bed. A couple more things I gotta do to just tuck in, but for the most part I'm ready. Oh, bugs. So yeah, once I get in the car, I'll check in one more time, but I think I'm just gonna soak in these last few moments of the evening here. Just hit me that like I'll be leaving this place again tomorrow. Who knows when I'll come back, you know? I wanna soak it up. Okay, I'm in the car. I'm really tired, to be honest. I kind of have a headache. I'm kind of looking forward to bed. I'm really not too nervous. I'm more nervous about the bugs that look like that. The biggest mosquitoes I've ever seen in my life. But no, I'm not that nervous to be sleeping, which kind of proves how better my anxiety is compared to how it used to be, because old me would have not been able to do this on my own, so I'm doing it. So I wanted to touch on safety a little bit more, because there is definitely a safety aspect to solo camping. I do appreciate people's advice on, you know, oh, you should bring a gun, you should bring a dog. I do have weapons of choice with me. I've heard another solo female YouTuber call her stuff that, weapons of choice. I have them hidden in various places, easy to access if I need them. I carry a knife with me everywhere, when I walk to the bathroom, when I walk around the campsite, everywhere. I also locked the doors to the car, and I left the driver's seat completely open and empty and easy to get to. So if I need to get out of here quickly, I can just crawl up there and drive off. It doesn't feel unsafe to me. I thought I would be a lot more scared right now than I am, but I'm doing all right. So that's probably partially because I'm really tired. It's been a long day. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna settle in and maybe listen to an audiobook and hopefully fall asleep. So I think I'm gonna leave you guys here. In my next video, I'll wake up and start my day, maybe go on a hike, make breakfast, and then start heading to my next destination. So thanks for watching. I think this is probably going to end up being a pretty long video because there's a lot that I had to fit into this. So if you're still watching, I appreciate you. Thank you. I already said like and subscribe. I don't want to be annoying. You know what to do. My next video will hopefully be fun. Thanks, guys.